everybody. How y'all doing? How y'all doing on this wonderful, wonderful Saturday? I hope y'all having a wonderful Saturday. I am. Thank y'all for joining me for my first official live over here. I went live early this morning for us to do a test, but I appreciate y'all being over here. Y'all over here. Oh, look at y'all. Look at y'all. So who up in here? Hey, Shanna Ewing, hello. Hey, Anne-Marie, thank you for being here. Yes, rude. What's up, Liz B? Thank you for being here. Yes, y'all make sure y'all hit this thumbs up, the like, share, y'all comment. I'd appreciate it. What's up, JC family? Say what, say what? JC family. Say what, say what? What's up, family? How y'all doing? Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Sassy. The Experience with Sassy. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate y'all being here. What's up? Unbiased LLC. That's right. What's up, fam? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. My eyes is water. Hey, Lynetta Wood, welcome in, welcome in. What's up, Big Brewster? It's the Big Brewster. Hey, it's the Big Brewster. What's up, Big Brewster? Is up in the chat. Hey, ARD, a resilient dad up in here. Thank y'all so much for being here. Who else up here? Hey, Official Jamia, welcome in, welcome in. Who else we got? Thank y'all so much. What's up, Taurus Brain? Welcome in, brother. That's my family. Welcome in. Who else? Who else? Who else? Hey, everybody. Yes. Oh, that? Yeah.
Here, bud.
All right.
Right there. Black
one. Who else? Hey, Rooted in Essential Oils, welcome in. Living Natural for Life, welcome in. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all. Welcome. I'm not crying about my eyes. Is just, I don't know what's in my allergy signs. They bother me. Who else? Yeah, welcome in, everybody. I really do appreciate y'all. What's up, Nightbot? Nightbot working, y'all. So it's like a little test run too with a few things, but I so appreciate y'all being here with me. So we are going to talk about health and awareness and self-advocacy. Okay, it's really important that we take care of ourselves. We listen to our bodies, and we take care of ourselves. And if something's not right, it doesn't feel right, we need to figure out what's going on. Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about. But I appreciate everybody coming up in here. There are a few announcements. So the Hype Again is coming in a few weeks. 2nd August and April. 2nd August and April. 2nd Saturday in April. In August. Jesus. Get together, April. So that's coming up soon. And we'll be putting out more information on the African Dreaming channel, on this channel, Taurus Brain, Unbiased LLC, and Big Rooster, and giving you guys updates on everything. And one of the things I did was the redirect function, which is when you guys left African Dreaming channel, it shifted you guys all the way over here, and you didn't have to do anything. So I'm going to put out a video to help with that because I think that's really going to help with the Hype Again, just how it flows. So I will be putting that video out soon so everybody can kind of see what that function, how to set up that function, and if you want to test it out before the Hype Again. And I think your girl might sign up for the Hype Again. What? I think I might. I think I will. Should I? Y'all tell me in the chat. But yes, so that's what's going on with that. Y'all can check us out tomorrow on African Dreaming for Sardine Sundays. And yeah, so welcome into my first live. And I just got word from YouTube that I can go live from my phone, mobile. So I can do it through the YouTube app also. So I'm good to go, okay? I'm good to go. Lisby said yes, you just okay. You definitely should. I'm about to say yes, you should. I think I am. I think I am. I just had to get some stuff set up and get those nerves out, and that's also a part of my do it challenge. I'm just saying. I'm nervous. I was nervous, and getting the jitters out and going live and doing test runs before you do something like that is really it helps you ease into it, and you have a lot of support with the hype again. Also, a lot of support. There's a lot of supportive channels that are involved, and we'll help you out. All you gotta do is ask, okay? Okay, I should. Okay, hey Deborah Garrett, welcome in. Welcome in. Hey Drew, welcome in. Thank y'all so much for being here with me. Um, so yeah, let's get into it. So I have a guest, a special guest. She's I heart her. I heart her, and I don't know if you guys know anything about her story, but we'll get a little rundown of that, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit of my story, my journey, and we can have if you got questions, put them in the chat. We'll answer them the best we can. This is not. Let me repeat. This is not medical advice. Okay? It's not medical advice. This is just two people talking about their experience with healthcare and their journey with things that they've dealt with. Okay? So let's get into it. No. Computer trying to update. Not right now, Mr. Computer. Stop. Okay. So without further ado, who else? Hey, Nikki, Everyday Life of OCD is chick. Hey. What's up, Mr. African Dreaming? Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. All right, so without further ado, I'm bringing up my guest this evening. We'll chop it up. The lovely Rashonda.
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, how are
Can you hear
you?
me, April?
Hey. We are business time. We doing it.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay.
Yep. Is it good for everybody in the chat? Everybody good? Because I can hear.
Hello to everybody in the chat.
Yeah. So thank you so much for being here, Rashonda. So we're gonna talk about, health and awareness and being your own advocate as far as healthcare. So first, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you and your journey.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Sunshine to Sunset with Rashonda. I started my YouTube journey because in 2019, I got diagnosed with 3 brain aneurysms. And then later on that year, I got diagnosed with colon cancer. So my channel is to bring awareness to everybody so they don't have to go down the road that I went through, because it's just sad that us as Black people, we don't get the same treatment as other counterparts. So that's the reason why I started my channel. And I just want to bring awareness to everybody. Like I said, colon cancer is on the rise, especially with people 30 and under. They have this stigma that is 45 and over, but that's not true. And so,
Right.
you guys, I'm nervous too. Being it's my first time like going live, but so bear with me. Bear with me. And part of the what I was left with is stuttering from having brain surgery and trying to get my words out right. So if I say some things that's kind of off, it's from me having brain surgery. So just be patient with me, you guys. But I'm honored to be here, April. I'm glad you chose me.
Be here with me. This is amazing. I'm so glad you said yes, because I talked to you about this prior. I wanted to do it, but I wasn't ready. And so, everything lined up. Timing is good. So we in this thing, we're gonna do it. That's what it is. Yes. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. And you guys, please check out Sunshine to Sunset with Rashonda. She talks about her story often. I think it's important for us to talk about these things so that we can be aware, because everything doesn't look the same for everybody.
Right.
You might have symptoms that this person doesn't have. This person might have symptoms that that person doesn't have. And us talking about all these things can bring awareness to, like, oh, maybe something is going on, or maybe I should get this checked out. And just us talk to each other and help each other. So, because it's important, it's important.
Right.
When me and Rashonda were talking about this, we were just talking about how sometimes people may be ashamed to talk about certain things, or they might just not be ready in their journey to talk about it. So, it's a part of us having adult feedback conversations that will help us grow and learn, right?
And
So,
so, for instance, if
hey,
like hello, like some of my symptoms with aneurysms were headaches, and I went to the doctor often, but they brushed it off as just having migraines. When in
yeah,
actuality, there was 3 aneurysms in my head.
right,
So
right.
just look out for those signs and things of that nature, and don't take no as an answer. When you know something is not right, you got to advocate for yourself.
Absolutely. You absolutely have to. You absolutely have to. That's so important. So a little bit of my story is I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. So PCOS. And it's basically a hormone imbalance. And it can cause a lot of symptoms, various symptoms. Um, and it's very, very hard to diagnose because there's not a single test that can diagnose it. So I went a long time without knowing what was going on. It was little things like my menstrual cycles would be very long, abnormally long, and then I would skip months, and then I would have short menstrual cycles. It was just crazy. It was just all over the place, and so that was part of my journey. And there's a lot of things that are associated with polycystic ovarian syndrome, um, um, endometrial cancer,
Mhm.
type 2 diabetes, heart disease. There are things that you have polycystic ovarian syndrome, but those can be things that pop up from having it, and there's no cure for it. So, and like I said, it's extremely, extremely hard to diagnose at first because there's no one test. Like you can go in for a pap smear and they don't see it. They don't. That's not a test that. So you have to be tested. Blood testing. Um, and what? That's how you would diagnose it. It would be blood testing. It would be ultrasounds to check out the cervix and the uterus and ovaries, and it would also you would also have like a history of um, longer menstrual cycles or no menstrual cycles and weight gain and things like that. So it's very important for me to stay on top of my health, to stay on top of what I'm eating, to stay on top of my sugar intake, and not because all those things can contribute to all those other things that I just
Right.
said. So and like I said, at first I didn't know what it was. I thought my menstrual cycles they were normal for me. I
Well,
just did. I didn't have any pain, nothing.
so April, what age that did you notice that something was wrong? Like you,
You
because we know
know,
our body, right?
right, right. It actually took a while. It took a while because, like I said, I didn't have any pain. I didn't have anything that was like an indicator that something was wrong.
Mhm.
So what happened was I went in for a pap and I came back with precancerous cells in my cervix. So they had to do cryotherapy to freeze the cells in my cervix. And then after that, I didn't have any abnormal paps at all. So it still wasn't even diagnosed then. That was just a symptom of it, but I didn't know what the underlying issue was. So I think that was around 22 when I had that procedure done. So fast forward to and like I said, in between the time from 22ish to when I was actually diagnosed, which was when I was 24,
Mhm.
25, I was misdiagnosed. I was misdiagnosed because it presented as something else.
Right.
So, so one day, when I got diagnosed, I think it was around 25ish, and I was having extreme pain on my right side, But come to find out, I had a huge cyst on my left side, and the pain was radiating to my right side. So I had a cyst, and um, it wasn't bad when I went to get checked on. Um, they did the ultrasound, and I did have a big cyst and cyst around it. That's what it's consistent with. There's a lot of cyst follicles around the ovaries. And with polycystic ovarian syndrome, they come and go.
Right.
Like I said, there's no cure. So they come and then they go. Most of the times you don't even know you have them. Most of the time there's no pain or anything, but I had one that just persisted and it was causing me pain. So I went, and that's when I was actually, I take that back. I wasn't actually diagnosed. What at that time, what was said to me is you have symptoms consistent with polycystic ovarian syndrome. And then maybe a little bit more after treatment, maybe a couple of months after treatment with that provider, then he was comfortable diagnosing me with polycystic ovarian syndrome. But it was a lot of guessing, not sure what was going on, all that stuff. So for me, um, the treatment was birth control. The hormones in the birth control would help regulate my cycles and would help with the cyst formation. Like I said, they're always going to be there. There is no cure, but that was the treatment for me. And like I said, I didn't have any pain. Some people present they have pain. They have painful menstrual cycle. I didn't have any cramps until I started taking birth control to treat the ovarian syndrome. And I was like, this is what this felt like. I was like, maybe I should have it.
So, April, how many doctors did you go see before you got diagnosed with, what you're talking about?
That's a good question. Yeah, quite a few. I can't remember the exact amount, but quite a few. I would say more than 4 or 5, because that's part of what we're talking about here is being own self advocate and awareness.
Yes.
And I got brushed off. If you're not having any pain, don't worry about it. Very cavalier, some of them. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, Motivational Weightlifting Geek. Everybody doing Jason. Miss Tracy Anderson, welcome in, y'all. Happy Mac, welcome in. So yeah, I didn't. I went through quite a few doctors because, like I said, I was misdiagnosed. They would tell me I had, I probably won't say the term right, metasprasia. That might not be correct, but it's having painful cycles, right? That wasn't it. I wasn't having any pain.
Right.
I was diagnosed with menosprasia. I don't want to say them wrong, but one was painful menstrual cycles and one was having irregular menstrual cycles. And like I said, it was irregular but regular. It was weird. Because I would have them, they would just go so long in between. So that wasn't it either, and I knew that wasn't it. And at the time I was in nursing school. Thank you, Marlene. Yes, dysmenorrhea, painful cycles. I was diagnosed with that. So I was in nursing school at the time, and I remember our teacher saying, it is okay to get a second opinion. It is okay.
That's right.
To ask questions. It is okay if you're not comfortable with this provider to go on to another provider that will listen to you. So I went through quite a few. I've had some. I wanted a hysterectomy. I thought I was going to fix it. That isn't even a cure for polycystic ovarian syndrome. Because I knew I didn't want children, and I felt like, well, if it's gone, maybe this will be the end of it. Doctors wouldn't do it. I was too young. They would not do it. I had one doctor tell me, well, that's what makes you a woman. So if you take it all out, then, I was like, are you kidding? You're not hearing what I'm saying. I'm
right.
And I need something that's going to help me instead of you trying to give me pills or telling me it's this when it's actually that, and I'm taking things that I don't need to be taking. And God bless my mom. God bless my mom. Because when I told her what was going on, and she knew that, like I said, I've never had any pain or it wasn't anything to like complain about. I just knew something wasn't right. So I told her, and she was like, "Okay, this was when I was still when I did the cryotherapy. I was still on her insurance. She had a good insurance. I was still on her insurance." So she was like, "Yeah, let's go take care of this." And she asked all the right questions because she's a nurse. So she asked all the right questions, all the things that I didn't know to ask.
Right.
And I'm so grateful that she was there to help me and be like, I don't like that doctor, or I don't think, maybe we should talk to someone else or something like that. And that's something too when you don't, because when you switch from doctor to doctor, right, you you get a break in your medical records. Some are here, some are there,
Right.
so it's hard to compile it. So every time you go to a different doctor, it's like you're starting over. You're starting over with treatment, with everything because they don't know what's going on from the other doctors. So that's hard. But I will say that is not a reason to not change doctors if you're not comfortable, if you don't feel heard, if you don't feel listened to, or you just don't like their bedside manner, whatever the case may be, that you should still do what's in your best interest because doctors are people too.
Yes.
Doctors make mistakes. Doctors get complacent,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes sometimes they don't listen. Not all doctors. There are some amazing doctors out there. Um, but for me, I would always ask the nurse. Now, the nurse can't tell you everything, but I would always, ask them like, can you tell me this or, because think about it, right? When you go to the doctor, the medical assistant or nurse, they come in, they get the intake, they talk to you, they know the first things, what's going on. They give the chart to the doctor, kind of fill them in. Doctor comes in for what, 15 minutes, maybe 30. They back out, and then the nurse or the medical assistant, they come back in.
Right.
Who do you spend the most time with? Who do you spend the most time with?
Yeah.
The nurse or
That's
the
true.
medical assistant.
That's true.
And nurses and they're trained to be patient advocates in a different way than providers are.
Like for me, I feel like I was looked over because of my color. I mean, I'm just going to say what it is, and because I didn't have the correct insurance that some people require, right? Because there was no way that I'm talking about as far as my brain aneurysms, me going to the hospital and doctors time after time after time, and them taking scans that nobody picked up brain aneurysms. And we all know that brain aneurysms are a silent killer. Thank God, by the grace of God, that I'm still here, because I know people that walked around with just one and it just, birthed and no longer here. But we have to be our own best advocate. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, continue.
Yeah. No, that is so true. And at the time when all this started, before I was on my mom's insurance, I didn't have any insurance. Insurance wasn't a requirement. And so you didn't have to have it. But again, it was really tricky because there was nothing physically presenting like, oh, I'm in so much pain, something isn't right. It was just me paying attention to my body and noticing differences in my body myself. And that's what I really want to stress to people. Pay attention. Pay attention. If you have an aching pain one day and it's gone, like okay, yeah, I had a little ache right there, but it's gone. But if it comes back and it persists, check it out. It's worth checking it out.
Right.
It's worth asking the question. No, you're not a hypochondriac. You want to pay attention to those little things because they're usually really little, minute things that you won't think anything about.
Yeah, yes, that's true.
Yeah, and then it snowballs, and then when you finally go, it's turned into an even bigger situation that you ever imagined.
Right.
So it's crazy. We got any questions in the chat, y'all? Thank y'all for being. Hey, Marlene Sanchez Show. Thank you. Thank you. Oh,
And
I
I
didn't
just
miss
want
my
to say,
question.
you guys, please be your own best advocate. If you go inside of, when you visit your doctor and they're not trying to hear you, find somebody that will. I don't care if
Yes.
you have to go to several doctors because your life depends on it, right? You only get one life. You don't get no
Mm-hmm.
do-overs. And you have some doctors, when
Absolutely.
you go visit them, they really don't pay you no attention. You're just
Yeah.
a number. You want
Mm-hmm.
to be heard, not looked
Yeah.
over. Yeah.
Right. That part is so true. And
Yes.
but yeah, so with polycystic ovarian syndrome, it varies from person to person. Um, it comes and goes. I don't have any issues at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell I was having a slight flare up because vitamin D deficiency is really attached to that diagnosis of PCOS. So before we moved here, I was working in healthcare, and before we moved here, I went and just got a routine checkup and checked everything, and before we came over here, my vitamin D. Do you know the healthy range for vitamin D for a woman? I think it's like between 50 and 124. I can't remember the
Mm-hmm.
units in milliliters. I think in microliters, but from between 20 and 50, 20 and 124. My vitamin D level is
Wow, April.
five,
Mm. Okay.
five. And the doctor was like, I am very surprised that you are walking around and you're doing as well as you are. Because you can, that can lower your immune system. You can get super easy, fatigue. And I was
Mhm.
always tired. I was always tired. But I was doing a lot. I was working a lot. So, like little things, like I said, it's always little things. You can be like, extremely fatigued and you just chalk it up to, oh, I've just been busy. Oh, I've been running around. Oh, I gotta spend to the kids. Oh, my job is demanding. And no, it's your body telling you, hey, go get looked after. Go check yourself.
Right.
Something's not right. You're not supposed to feel like that.
Yeah. So
So,
April, how often do you think women are misdiagnosed with this? Like, is it often because it doesn't it's not easily picked up, or
mhm.
how did that go?
Yeah, I think it. You know what? Polycystic ovarian syndrome is very common. It's
Okay.
very common in women of child reproductive years for women.
Okay.
So it's very common. But like I said, it's very hard to diagnose because you can't detect it from a pap smear.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to find it. You have to have a combination of two out of the three things, which is irregular menstrual cycles, blood work, because with the blood work, you can have high levels of um, a testosterone hormone,
Okay.
and that's an indicator. So women with polycystic ovarian syndrome have higher levels of male hormone, testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the third way to find it is through ultrasound. So you have to have at least two of those three issues to be
Mm-hmm.
diagnosed. So there's not one single test that can do it. You have
Right.
to have a combination of all of those things. And I think yes, I think tons of women get diagnosed because, like I said, it doesn't present the same way in everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's some of it's kind of superficial. It's like weight gain and acne and hair growth in places that women usually don't have hair growth. So it's like I said, it's subtle things. It's not
Right.
like you wake up in the morning, you got a full stash. It's not like that, or you're 105 pounds, and then you wake up 2 days later and you're like 300 pounds. It's not that. It's slow. It's incremental, and you
Right.
don't think about it. You don't think about it like, oh, something's wrong. Like I said, I had no pain, absolutely no pain. no symptoms at all. Um, I'm like young young adult, hormones all over, like acne, which is like
Mm-mm.
I did not think anything of it at all. Yeah, I want to read some of these comments. Y'all got some good comments over here.
I just
Living
want to say,
natural.
April, I think this is a great thing you're doing because a lot of African American women are ashamed to share what they're going through, far as
Mhm.
health issues. African American men also, because we're taught to keep it to ourselves. We're not supposed to let people know this and let people know that. But I think this is a great thing that you're doing because a lot of women suffer in silence. You
We
know,
do, yeah.
we suffer in
Thank
silence.
you. Thank you so much, Rashonda. I do appreciate that. And I just want to thank Mr. African Dreamer because he been rocking with me ever since the beginning when I had the first procedure with the crowd therapy. And he's patient, understanding, and he
Mm-hmm.
wants to know about it and learn about it. So that's my baby. Um, Living Natural for Life said went through similar journey with fibroids in early 30s that destroyed my reproductive system. Doctors tried to use up all my insurance, but stopped when they wanted to do surgery. Wow. I hate to hear that, Living Natural
That's
for Life. I'm
crazy.
so sorry.
Wow.
Um, wow. Some had a question. Did they ever suspect endometriosis? That's a good question, Sam. No, they didn't. I didn't present any of the symptoms that come with endometriosis. So, but I did get tested for it and monitored while I was going through the process of it being diagnosed. So that was something that they narrowed out
Mm-hmm.
during that process. But no, I didn't present any of those symptoms for endometriosis.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Ms. B said, "What do you do when you go to all the specialists and they still make you feel crazy that nothing is going on?" Whew, that's a loaded question.
I
I
can
say
answer
keep going.
one. I'll
Yeah.
say keep on going till you find somebody that will listen because they can make you feel like you're crazy, like you're,
Yes.
concocting this in your head, but you know your body.
Mhm.
And like I said, be you're your own best advocate. If you
Yep.
know something is not right, then it's not right. You have to find a doctor that's going to listen to you, Liz Big. You really do.
Absolutely. Keep trying. Keep going.
Yes.
I know it can be. It can kind of throw you in like a depression, or you're questioning yourself, like, am I crazy, or
Yeah.
what's going on? But no, you know your body, you know yourself. If you feel like something's right, listen to yourself and keep going, keep asking, keep talking to
Mm-hmm.
providers until you find the right one, because you will find the right one. You
Yes.
will.
I agree.
Um, Okay, Marlene said I only found help with homeopathic doctor. I think I saw a comment you put up earlier, Marlene, about your journey. I'll go back and try to find it. I'm sorry. Um, what did yes, living natural for life changed my food eating habits and
Mm.
restored my health. Yeah, that is the biggest. Um, that's the biggest thing that helps
Right.
with polycystic ovarian syndrome because like there's no cure. You can take medications to help with some of the symptoms, but the best thing you can do is diet, exercise, um, not necessarily diet. I don't want to say that because like you got to be proud of yourself, but no, it's more like eating the right foods, eating healthier,
Right.
and just living an active lifestyle. Because the worst thing someone with polycystic ovarian syndrome can do is be not active. You have to get up. You have to move, which I have to work on. I have to do better about getting active, moving around, losing weight, because obesity is a part of PCOS, and so yeah, lifestyle changes that can help tremendously. That can even change if you're because with PCOS also you have issues with insulin regulation, so
Mm.
you could develop type 2 diabetes, but you may not. But diet and exercise and lifestyle changes as far as eating habits can help stop that in its tracks. That can help you. It can also help with fertility because people with PCOS they can have a hard time getting pregnant because you are not releasing eggs properly and you're not ovulating every
Mm.
month. So, and that's when a lot of women, that is when they find out that they have it because they're trying to get pregnant and they can't conceive. So
That's
that
going to be
is
my next question. Like, does
right,
it, does it interfere with you ovulating? So you answer that.
right, right. Yes, a lot of stuff. It's a bunch of hormone imbalances
Mhm.
going on, throwing a whole bunch of stuff out of whack. That's why you have to pay attention to your body and see what's
Yeah.
best for you. But yeah, that is how a lot of women find out that they have polycystic because it doesn't present. It doesn't. You don't see it. It's
Right.
not visible. You know.
Yeah.
So um, rooted in essential oils. Welcome to you. They say I make sure I take vitamins daily. Yes, 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 yes.
Mm-hmm.
Have to, especially me with the vitamin D. I have to take. I still have to take vitamin D. A lot of vitamin D because that's a symptom that a part of being having polycystic ovarian syndrome, vitamin D levels and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So Jay is always on me. Take your vitamin D. You take your vitamins. You take it. I was like, yeah, yeah. He'll just bring it to me. Okay. So, that man's on top of it. That man's on
Yes.
top of it. Hey Joe, Motivation on the Weightlifting Geek. Thank you for being here. Miss
Hello,
Harley, Miss
everybody.
Dean Hollywood. Garden, thank you. Um, Miss D said never tell a doctor how many other doctors you have consulted. I know, right? I never did. I never did.
Mm-mm.
I just went from one to the other just to see
Right.
what they were going to say. Because they might know it. I don't know. You don't know. I just want to get I just want to get their opinion on
Opinion.
what
Yes.
they observe from me in that moment. So yeah, that is absolutely true, Miss D. Hey, Jason Neely, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, Marlene. Marlene said, and don't let a doctor tell you everything is okay when you feel otherwise.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I agree
yeah,
100%.
yes, yes, I do
Because,
too.
like Lisby said, doctors can make you feel like you're crazy. You know
Yeah.
something's going on, but
Mm-hmm.
you have to be your best advocate for yourself, for your health. Like I said, you only get one life. You don't get no do-overs, you guys.
This is
You got to
true.
be your best
This is
advocate.
true.
Yes.
Yep. I remember when I was having a flare up, and I had cysts, and this one it was another one that persisted. It was giving me pain. I was worried that it was twisting. That's when you feel the pain of a cyst that size when it starts twisting because you don't want it to do that because it can rupture, right?
Right.
So you don't want that. So I was having extreme pain, extreme pain. And I went to the doctor, did everything, did I was like, oh, you have a cyst? I was like, yes, I know. They were like, well, it's not torsing, so you're fine. So unless keep having pain, there's nothing really we can do. There wasn't anything they could do. It wasn't far enough to the point where I needed surgery, but they were with what I have. They were, fairly certain that it would go away on its own.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to kind of suffer with it until it went away. That one did go away. Now fast forward some years ago, um, now I had to have surgery, um, and it wasn't the typical. I have the polycystic ovarian syndrome, so they are still they're there. They're just
Right.
kind of sitting there, right? And then sometimes one just doesn't go away. It just hangs out. It's like we in this for life. So it
Yeah.
just hangs out, and it gets bigger and bigger. And then I had cysts on both ovaries. Both of them were the size of grapefruits on both sides. So I went to the provider and they was like, okay, we're gonna have to have surgery. Um, they yeah, you're gonna have to have surgery. They did some testing and found out that it was dermoid cysts. I had
Mm-hmm.
dermoid cysts, not fibroid cysts, dermoid cysts. And
Yeah.
dermoid cysts are cysts that have bone fragments, hair, that kind of stuff
Mm-hmm.
inside the cyst. So it had to be taken out because if that
Okay.
ruptured, it was going to be a bad day. So when I was going and getting prepped and finding the right surgeon and talking to people and all that stuff, so I'm in there and they're looking at doing the ultrasound and they're like, Miss Dr. Dreamin, I am surprised that you're not just hunched over in pain all the time. Your cysts are so huge and they're squeezing together that your uterus is fighting for space.
Wow, April.
I was in a lot of pain, and it got to the point, Rashonda, where I was just so used to it. I was so used to it. I would take some ibuprofen, go on about my day, because what was I gonna do? I mean,
Right.
I wasn't at the point where I need to have surgery yet, and then it got to the point where it's like, okay,
Right.
something is not okay. These cysts are not going away. They're not going away. So, like I said, I went to the doctor, and that's when he told me that. I was like, oh my gosh. He was like, yeah, I'm surprised that you're actually okay and you've been dealing with this for a while. I was like, yeah. So, got prepped for surgery, did everything, and they did it laparoscopically. So when
Mm-hmm.
they do laparoscopic surgery, they make a couple of punctures in your abdomen. Like they did three, one in my belly button and on both sides of my abdomen, and then they pump you up with gas so they can get to everything, get to
Right.
the
Mm-hmm.
ovaries and everything. And then they removed it, and then I haven't had uh, any issues with that since. And that was like 6, 7 years ago, roughly around that. So yeah, that was going on. But I'll tell you, Sean, the worst thing about that surgery, it was not the pain afterwards. I just want the poop. I couldn't. My bowels wouldn't move.
Yeah. And
They
that
pump you up.
gas too. That
Yeah,
they, you got that air that they pump into you
yeah,
when they have to do surgery.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just so bloated and so and and I was hungry too, so I'm eating and nothing's coming out. That was the worst part.
Yeah. So April, let me ask you a question. Do you feel like because you were misdiagnosed that you felt like you were suffering in silence because you going to the doctors and now you're trying to find out what's going on. Thank God for your mom. Do you feel like you were
Mhm.
just suffering in silence? Nobody was listening to you when you was going to these doctors?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I told some of them that I knew something wasn't right, and they weren't gonna tell me it was. They weren't gonna tell me it was when I knew something was not
Yeah.
right. Well, I kept going, and my mom she kept going, and she knew doctors that she worked
Mhm.
for and things like that. So and then like I said, she's a nurse herself, so she was able to understand. And when I told her what was going on, she was like, "Okay, but we're gonna get this situated. We're not gonna stop until we
Right.
get everything in order." And so yeah, I've definitely felt unheard. Definitely felt unseen. Um, Felt like I was made to be crazy. Oh, there's nothing really wrong with you. Oh,
Right.
well, if it's not giving you severe pain, there's nothing we can do. Or they want to give me pain pills or something like that. I'm not taking it. I don't want to take this. I want to know what's going on. Tell me what is the underlying issue,
Right.
and then let's talk about that. Because if you don't fix the underlying issue, all these things that pop up, they're gonna keep popping up because you didn't
That's
fix the
true.
main things that went wrong.
That's very
So
true.
yeah, it was intense. But that's what this is all about. Like just you know, speak your truth, tell them, and If they don't listen, it is okay to find someone else. It is
That's
okay to
right.
move on.
I agree.
Never suffer in silence when you know in your heart and when you feel in your body that something is right. That goes for you. That goes for your child. If your child is, sometimes,
Absolutely.
stomach, your stomach sick, your stomach hurt during school, but then sometimes the stomach can't hurt not once. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about like really aches and pains and must be what? Okay, it went different. Sorry. You know, listen, if your spouse or your best friend say, "Oh, I got this pain or I got this mole or do I think I should check it out?" Just if you not a medical professional, say yes. Go check it out because you don't know.
Yes.
You don't know.
You
And
have to.
sometimes talking to someone else and hearing them say, "Oh, that might not be okay. Maybe you should go get checked." That might be just enough for you to go do it. For you
Mm-hmm.
to check yourself out. She said, we said, welcome Ian. Thank you for being
To everyone.
here. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm glad y'all are. I hope this is a good conversation. I hope y'all are
Enjoying it.
enjoying it.
We're just trying to bring awareness
Yes, absolutely.
because like I said, a lot of African American women, we suffer in silence. Or we are
Yeah,
looked over if we don't have the right insurance. African American men too. This applies to men
right,
too.
right. Yeah.
Just bringing
And,
awareness. I'm so happy you having this topic, April. It's a very good
yeah,
topic.
thank you for being a part of it. I
Yes.
appreciate it. But I just wanted to talk about it, and I wanted, just my YouTube fam and everybody to come through, and maybe this can, you know, start some discussions in your home. Even for the fellas. I know we're talking about, and it's just like not really, but you might have daughters, you might have a wife, and you should be able to talk to them about these things, and them feel comfortable telling you about these things when something isn't right. Because you need, when you go through something like this, you need everybody to rally around
Yes.
you, your support system. You need to know, like, hey, today I'm like at 25%. Can you cover the 75? Because I'm not there, and they understand why you feel that way, what's going on with you, because it doesn't manifest just physiologically, it manifests mentally as
Yes.
well. It can cause depression. It can cause a lot of things when you know something is wrong and you're not being heard and you're not being taken seriously. So it makes a huge difference having that support, having that village, having those people that love you and care for you and want to make sure that you're good. It,
Right.
that You need that. You have to have it. It's so, so, so important. And yes, and educate yourself. Like, I want to say this. When you got the sniffles or something going, don't go to WebMD. Please don't go to WebMD and try to diagnose yourself.
Yes.
Do not do that. Because so many symptoms, they can they can present as something else.
Right.
So you got tonsillitis, and you actually got something else. So,
Mm-hmm.
don't diagnose yourself. But if you know something isn't right, go to your doctor. If you have a great doctor and they can diagnose you and tell you what's going on, don't just take their word for it. After you leave there, you learn everything about your own diagnosis. You learn everything you can about it. You ask questions, you read up on it, so you can prepare yourself to be your own best advocate.
That's
You
right.
have to know what's going on. You have to know what's going on with your body. You have to know what side effects can come from certain medications that you're taking. And you need to talk about these things with your family so your family knows. So if something happens, they can be able to tell, if you're in a medical situation or medical emergency, someone that you trust, a spouse, parent,
Right.
loved one, that can advocate for you if you're in a situation where you can't advocate for yourself.
I totally agree. Yes.
Yeah.
And also, when you're going to these doctors, make sure you take a pad and a pen and write down the questions that you want to ask them, because sometimes we get there, we forget, to ask them
Yeah,
some things that we want to, ask. That's great too.
absolutely, absolutely. And don't be afraid to call your doctor if you're in the room, and because like you said, sometimes you forget, or
Yeah.
you might get hit with a diagnosis and you stop listening. You just kind of stop listening and you start going inward, like, oh my God, what does this mean for me? Is this life threatening? Is it, you start going inward. You don't listen, right? You don't pay attention, and make sure if you have a good doctor and you like your doctor and they're a good fit for you,
Mm-hmm.
don't be afraid to call them. You might not hear from them that day or right then. They might get back to you later. But if you have questions and you forgot something, give them a call and be like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I thought about this. Could you tell me more about this? Can I come in at a different time and let's have a discussion about some questions, because I at the time I just wasn't thinking, but I do have questions now. There's nothing wrong with calling your doctor and ask, nothing has to be like super wrong with you to contact your doctor. If you have a fear or you're worried about something or something, then they might even be like, okay, that's not normal. We need you to come in and get checked, you
Right.
know, for it. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Just because the doctor said it's this, that might not necessarily mean that's what it is. Could be something else. Or they might have missed something. So don't
Mm-hmm.
be afraid to ask questions.
Right.
Absolutely.
Totally agree.
So anybody else got questions in the chat? Um, Rooted in essential oils that I usually have the doctor and I come and record it. Okay, so she records the conversation so I can remember what is
Mm-hmm.
being said, and the doctor knows I'm recording. I've done that too. I've asked, like, can I record you while we're talking about this, just so I don't forget anything, or if I have questions later. That
I
is
have done that as
really
well.
good.
I have done that as
Mm-hmm.
well.
They can hit you with a lot of technical terms, and it's like, okay, you're literally speaking Latin to me. I don't know what you're saying. Can you say that again? Or you might want to look it up and do your own research later. So that is an excellent point. Really essential.
Yeah.
Excellent point. So yeah. Oh, this. Oh my gosh, this was so great. This has been a
Yes.
great conversation,
Yes. And I
man.
just want to say, ask them, but is there anything else they would like us to talk
Yeah,
about in the future? Y'all can give
yeah.
some suggestions.
Yes, we would love suggestions. If y'all have anything y'all want us to talk about, like I said, this isn't medical advice. We're just going through our experience and what our experience in our diagnoses and medical things that we feel comfortable sharing. Rashonda has a medical background. I have a medical background in healthcare background. So we can talk about some things. You might have some funny stories from
Yes.
the nursing episode, because trust, I know you got some funny stories. I know I got some. Um, Hey, Blue Lotus, welcome in, Blue Lotus. Hey,
Hey,
Miss
guys.
V. Yeah, thank y'all so much for being. I really hope I didn't miss nobody. If I did, I apologize. See, y'all smart in this chat because y'all done already picked it up. So if you type hashtag POA is Pieces of April, you type hashtag POA in the chat, it'll drop your channel link. How'd y'all know that? I didn't even say that. I didn't even say it. So yeah. So, Rashonda, before we get out of here, do you have any parting words? We can kind of wait for some questions, see if anybody has any more questions. But any parting words on
The
this
only,
topic?
I would just like to say, please listen to your body. Nobody knows your body better than you, right? And like, I can't say this enough, be your own best advocate. You know when something is not right with your body. Don't let no doctors tell you other. Don't have them making you think you're crazy. You only
Right.
get one life. You don't get no do-overs. Be your own best advocate. That's all I have to say, because you have to in these days and age. Yes.
Yes. You have to.
Don't be just another number.
Right.
Don't be just another
Right.
number.
Yep. Make them listen. You don't have to be ugly. You don't have to be rude to do that, but be persistent. Be persistent in what you know in your heart
Mm-hmm.
Is something going on. It's something going on. Rashonda, I wanted to ask you, did you um how many did you go through several doctors before you were diagnosed?
With
Were
my
you
brain
misdiagnosed?
aneurysms or colon cancer.
With both, either one.
With my brain aneurysms, I went to several doctors on several occasions, and they just diagnosed it with me as having migraines. And this was going on since I was in high school. So you're talking about over 20 something years, 30 something years. So that's a long time.
Yeah, it is. Did they know? You probably don't even know. Did they know how long it was there?
Well,
Was there a way for them to
they
measure
said
that?
it takes time for an aneurysm to actually um, grow. I'm not sure. I know my surgeon said that I had to been walking around with those aneurysms for years
Wow.
because, like I said, a lot of aneurysms don't give off, that something is wrong. I was just blessed that when I was at work that day, I thought I actually was having a stroke. You know, thank God it presented symptoms because I could have
Yeah.
been out of here. I'm blessed. I'm a walking miracle. I
Yes.
always say that. But
Yes.
mine's, I presented with headaches, migraines. I mean, and
Wow.
as they said,
Yeah.
but all along it was
Mhm.
aneurysms. Yeah.
Mhm. I was that was part of my diagnosis too was migraine because I would get extreme migraines
Mm-hmm.
and they put me on the Imatrack and that made it worse.
Yeah.
I hated taking anything. Reading essential oils asked a question. Um, April and Rashonda, do you use any natural remedies for healthy habits for any of your conditions?
I do.
Um, yeah, I do too. Go ahead, Rashonda.
Yeah, I do. I live by black seed oil. I always take my vitamins. I like the essential. I like peppermint oil because it relaxes me. I try to, and I juice a lot too. I juice a
Oh,
lot. I
nice.
try to clean my body, but I do my oils. I do my vitamins. I don't like taking medicine prescribed by the doctor. That's what made my recovery so hard when I had brain surgery. And so yeah,
Mm,
I try to do different things, and I do my research, and I try different things.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah, and I can see with something like a brain surgery, you're in pain, right?
Ooh, April,
And
you
you don't
can't
want
even
to.
imagine.
I know, right? And
Yeah.
you don't want to take all these medications because it can lead to addiction,
Mm-hmm.
uh, all kinds of things. So it's scary because that's like
Right.
people with long term chronic pain.
Right.
Sometimes a lot of times that
It
happens.
does. That was my biggest fear, April, of getting
Mhm.
addicted to the
Yeah,
medication. So
yeah,
I recovered off extra strength Tylenol.
I know that's
That was
right.
that was horrible. That was horrible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whew. Extra strength Tylenol oh my God. I can't imagine. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Um, but yeah, for me, I'm not a tea person. I really don't like tea. Y'all don't come for me.
Really?
I
I
don't like.
love tea.
I wish I liked it. Like some teas, I do. Like I like to make my own blends of tea. Like those
Okay.
teas, I would like just regular tea bags you would get. It has to be a really, 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 really nice flavor for me to enjoy it. But for me, I like to take ginger root
I like that.
and turmeric,
Oh yes, I
rose,
love turmeric. Yeah.
yes, rosemary, um, sometimes cloves, cayenne pepper, and I like to make my own blends, just different herbs, and like to make my own blends. And
Mhm.
I like honey and lemon in my tea, so I'll drink things like that, and that does help when I'm having, like cramps and things like that. It helps. It's not an immediate
Mhm.
fix, but the more you do it, it's a build up with natural remedies.
Yeah,
It's not
I
like
agree.
taking
Mhm.
yeah, it's not like taking a medication and a couple days later you're feeling better. It takes some time for herbal remedies to help out. But like I feel like ginger root and garlic and honey
Oh yes, I
and
love me some garlic.
yeah,
Yeah.
and lemon. I feel like those are like super super foods that help regulate things in the body. That's my belief. That's what I think. They're just powerful natural remedies.
Right.
And just like, we all know if you're mental, everybody, all medications derive from plants.
Right. We have a
Most
question,
of,
April,
where? Yeah.
from
Oh, let
Nikki.
me see.
Yeah.
Oh, Nikki. Okay. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nikki. I've been listening in the bushes. I might be a little behind. Could you talk about menopause? Um, Nikki, I ain't there yet.
I can
So
talk
I
about it, Nikki. I can actually answer her question.
yeah,
She
go ahead.
said, could you talk about menopause, the sign and the symptoms? But
Mm.
I'm pre-menopausal now, and hot flashes,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Um, you feel like your body's on fire. Sometimes your menstrual might come, sometimes it might not come. It's like it starts to get irregular. Your mood
Mm-hmm.
swings changes, and your husband or your mate might feel like you're going crazy, like you're the big bad wolf, because it messes with your hormones. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
knocks your hormones out of whack. So those are some of the
Mhm.
symptoms I would say. Yeah, hot flashes, menstrual cycle is not regular, you know, as it once was, and you can find you wake up, you're mad about everything. It mess with your
Maybe
hormones.
I did go. Maybe
You
I
don't
did
want
go
to be
through that.
bothered with nobody. You don't want to be bothered with nobody. And you will
Right.
freak your husband out because all you want to do is stay cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
so those are some of the
Yeah.
symptoms.
That's why I told Jay, I was like, poor Jay, I hope I don't run you off when I get menopause. 'Cause it's like this might be a good indicator of it, because like what I said, what I have is hormone imbalances, and
Right.
I've had hot flashes, and
Yeah.
I've moods just up and down, and
Yeah.
you don't want to feel that way. You don't want to feel that. Trust me, no one wants to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? No one wants to be
Yeah.
mad just
Mm-hmm.
because, and nobody want to be around you because you're mad for no reason. Nobody wants that,
Right.
but it's just part of you know our changes, going through
Right.
ages, and things that come with that, being women,
Right.
being human beings. So
But the scary thing about
yeah,
that, April, you could be premenopausing for years until
yeah,
you actually go
yeah.
to menopause. So imagine your mate have to deal with that. I'm happy I didn't get angry. I just suffer from hot flashes. I'll be sticking my head in the
Yeah.
freezer. April, I'll be in the freezer like
Right.
this.
Right. So was it like just like one minute you fine and then you just hot for no reason,
Oh
or
my
you
God,
like,
yes, like it feel like your body is actually on fire. And it
wow.
comes
Oh
and goes. You can have you
yeah.
can have you can have days where it doesn't do that, but then all of a sudden you
Mhm.
could be sitting there and that feeling just come over you. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Are you treating those symptoms anyway? Are you like taking estrogen, or
No, I'm
is your
just
body
going through
like,
with the flow, April. Because I feel
wow.
like I done had so much happen to me, April. I don't want nobody giving me nothing. I'll just deal with it.
No, that's right. So I don't want nothing. I'm good. Just
Yeah.
let me work this out and see how I feel. Um,
Somebody have a question.
um Nikki said yes. How long? What, Nikki? I'm sorry. How long premenopausal or
Hot, cold,
hot
hot,
cold?
cold. Yeah. Yes.
uh ah. So Miss D said must miss menses for 12 consecutive months to be in menopause.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's like
Because
what
you
was
got to
it
be
called?
it's consecutive. Like you got to be straight
Right,
through. Yeah. No
right. Because
big,
you
no
can go.
fast.
Yeah, because you can go months without having one, and then it's like a flash period. Is that what it's
Mm.
called?
It could come down and yeah. So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Nikki says she thinks she's premenopausal.
Mm, wow. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I don't know. Some days I wonder if I am. I have no. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I got a little ways to go, but like you said, it can be a long stretch before you actually. You can be premenopausal way before you hit menopause. So
Yeah. And you
yeah.
don't have to be in your 50s to enter into premenopause. Some
No,
women start early in their early
no.
40s.
Yeah, that's true. Cause my aunt, she had my cousin, and she never had a period after that. She went right into menopause. She had my cousin, and then that was it. nothing else. And she was like late 20s, early 30s. Yeah. Yeah.
Nikki, that's normal. She said she has a low sex drive, and she said, let me stop lying, no drive. That's normal. That's very very normal.
Everything's just out of whack, and hormones, and yeah, I can totally see that. What was Lula said? I was for 2 years, hot flashes, no anger issues, and more. I drink ginger tea a lot. Ginger tea is good one. Good one, yes.
Yeah.
Let me see. Got any more questions? Y'all got any more questions? Brittany Essential said, I got products to help with menopause and hormone imbalance. Plant-based. Come learn about it. Okay, Brittany.
Okay. That's good.
Absolutely. Check that out. Brittany, please drop your link in the chat. Type hashtag POA in the chat and we'll drop your channel.
Yes, I'm all about natural remedies.
Yes. Absolutely. Everybody drop your channel because I want to go in. I know I'm connected with a lot of you guys on the African Dreaming channel, but I want to get connected with you guys here, especially if we're part of that family coming shifting over here. So I want to be able to go back through and connect with everybody. Hey, Goody. Welcome in, Goody. Thank you for being here. So I hope we didn't miss anybody. Y'all got any more questions? This is a great discussion. Let's see. Living natural for life, exercise, healthy diet, helping me, but mostly suffer through hot flashes.
Yeah,
thankfully, mood swings not significant. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I didn't have the mood swings, but definitely the hot flashes. Woof.
Yeah, I hope I don't have the mood swings because I know how I can be. I know how I can be, and I don't want my baby to be like I can't deal with you. So
I understand. I understand.
He might understand after, but while I'm going down, he might not. So.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! Wow, this has been amazing. Any more questions? While we waiting on a few more questions, maybe we'll see some. Rashonda, please tell everybody where they can find you in these social media streets.
You can find me over on Sunshine to Sunset with Rashonda. I try to drop my videos at least twice a week. That's what's consistent for me. And so come over there and check me out. It's positive. I bring health awareness, like I said, about colon cancer and brain aneurysms. And sometimes I share my family with y'all. Not so much because you have so many people out here. I don't want to bring them into these YouTube streets like that. But I'm all about bringing awareness. So what I have been through can possibly save somebody's life. That is my objective. That is my goal from day one since I came to YouTube, is to save someone's life. Yes. And if I could just save one life, then I have done my job. That's the goal.
Absolutely.
So I'm happy that you have this talk, April, because it's a lot, like I said, it's a lot of people out here that suffer in silence. They're ashamed.
Yes.
Because we are taught to keep things to ourselves and things. And it's, we lose a lot of people's lives like that.
Right.
Somebody has a question.
Yeah, let me see.
See the song.
Okay, I see a couple. Okay. Hey, Abina, welcome in. Abina said, hi, April, chat. Exercise, sage, and black cohosh tea has helped me. I have heard of that tea. But have I had sage? I think I've tried sage. I like to make my own blends. I'm not an herbalist or anything, but I like to make my own blends and stuff like that and try it out and see what I like. Because a lot of herbs and things like that have tremendous municipal properties. So it's really good to just kind of try some stuff out. So that's a good one.
I'm laughing at that Psalm. Psalm says, I have a question. Can y'all stay on for a few hours? We'll do this again eventually. April, somebody's asking, can I drop my link? But I can't drop it from on here. So maybe Jay can drop it for me.
Can you type in the chat, Rashonda? If you can type in the chat, you can.
I don't know how to do this thing, April. I'm still learning. I don't know how to drop it. Let me see.
Okay, I think I heard my tech department Mr. African Dreamer said he was gonna drop the link. So I'm gonna let Tech Department drop that link. Okay. See how the roles are reversed.
So April, we definitely have to do this again.
Absolutely,
It's a great topic.
absolutely.
And then, maybe some people could come out there, shell, and ask questions that they probably be ashamed of, So,
Yes.
and this is for men too, not just women, men too.
Yes. And I have spoke with another person that has shared their story before, but I would love to have them on. Anybody that's willing to come on and talk about whatever it is. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. I don't want you to feel like you have to share anything that you don't want to share.
Right.
I mean, I'm not shy or worried or even upset about my diagnosis and sharing that with anybody, because I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it. I don't even know anybody else that has um, told me or talked to me about having polycystic ovarian syndrome. So just even having someone else to talk to about something would have
that's important.
been great. Like I was so grateful for my mom and everything like that. But it would have been nice to talk to someone else going through it. We might not have had the same story or the same issues with it, but it would have been nice to hear somebody else say, "Oh, me too." All right.
I felt the same way, April. I was the only person in my family to ever be diagnosed with brain aneurysms.
Mm-hmm.
I was the first person in my family to be diagnosed with colon cancer. So I had nobody to go to and talk to because nobody never experienced it.
Right.
So what you're saying is absolutely true.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's so important. We have to talk about these things. It might be uncomfortable
right
for like a split second,
mm-hmm.
but you might help somebody in the long term. You might help somebody in the long term just by talking about it.
Yes.
And there's no shame in it. You can't be ashamed of what your body is doing. Like you can't control that, so there's no reason to be ashamed about it. You should talk about it and discuss it in a healthy, positive way. Yes. Thank you, Mr. African Dreaming. So Rashonda's link is in the chat, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all connect with Rashonda. She has an amazing story. Again, she is very vocal about it. She loves to share her story so she can help somebody. So you can bring awareness, because we have to talk about these things. We have to. It's our duty to talk about these things. Hey Kia, Ashley G. All right, welcome in. Thank you so much. So
that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and step down, April, so you can finish. Your live. Thank you so much for having me. I have to do this again with you. I enjoyed myself, and I hope everybody enjoyed the live. We wanted to bring awareness, and I think we did a good job.
I think we did too.
I think we did a good job. All right. So I'm gonna drop down in the chat. Thank you guys for coming to the live. We truly appreciate it. April, I'll see you later. Okay.
So y'all, that was you got what I'm trying to get? Okay, she got okay. That was Sunshine to Sunset with Rashonda. Again, amazing story, great content creator. She's doing a lot of stuff over there. She talks about her diagnosis and everything that she went through and her recovery, and just a remarkable story. So if you guys are not connected with Rashonda, please go connect with Rashonda and just get some of that good information. Like I said, this wasn't a show about medical advice. This was a show about two people, very different experiences with, issues that they've had medically. And we want to talk about it and raise awareness, because it's important that we talk about these things. We have to talk. We have to let people know that they're not alone. And you shouldn't be ashamed. You should talk about these things, and so everybody understands and knows how you feel and knows when things aren't quite right with you. If they don't know, then how can they be your advocate? How can they help you through it? Mr. African Dreaming, they say squirrels is good for your kidneys. Oh my gosh. Man, I really appreciate y'all coming through. Man, y'all show love. Wow, my first official live stream on the Pieces of April channel. Thank y'all again so very much. I appreciate it. Please let me know in the comment section, anybody checking the replay in the comment section, if you enjoyed this, if there's any kind of topics that you want us to talk about, because I mean, I can do my research. I got a little, healthcare background, and Rashonda, we can do this again and talk about things, maybe answer questions as best we can, or tell you a little bit more about our journeys and our stories. And if anybody is interested in coming on and chatting with me about some of the stuff, please feel free to reach out. You can email me at pieces.april1@gmail. I gotta put that in the chat, so I gotta make it so Nightbot will drop that for me. I didn't have time to put that in there, but you can email me at pieces.april1@gmail, and you guys can just let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you're feeling. If you want to come up and discuss some stuff, we can have a good conversation about some stuff and bring awareness and just give people more information so they can be their best advocate. Okay. Again, I got the Do It challenge going. So the Do It challenge, I did my first live by myself over on the African Dreaming channel, and I talked about the Do It challenge. So the Do It challenge is just if there's something that you wanted to try, if there is something that you just put away, you tucked away because you just didn't have time anymore to do it, or you outgrew it, but it brought you joy, but you just put it away, you just tucked it back in that corner and like, maybe one day I'll get back to that. Pick that thing back up. Pick that thing back up. If it feeds your soul, it makes you happy, it fosters creativity, do it. Do it. Do it challenge. As part of my Do It challenge for myself was me going live on the African Dreaming channel, on the African Dreaming channel. So that was me going live for the first time by myself because I said that was something I couldn't do it. So I had to call myself out and be like, yeah, I can. And plus, I want people that might be, worried or nervous to participate in the hype again. People that haven't went live before and you want to go, and maybe the hype again is a good time to test it out. Do it. You have people, lovely people in this community right here that will come and support you, and they will help you. And it's nothing beats a fail but a try, right? Nothing beats a fail but a try. So you gotta try it. And again, Led Farmer, thank you, Led Farmer, for coming up and giving me words of encouragement. And he is actually doing, I'm not sure if it's a challenge per se, but dream big and get your dream board. Because you see, I'm looking over here because we have stuff wrote on our dream board and our things that we want to do, things that we've done. And I have notebooks. I mean, I write things down. I love to write things down. And a lot of things that I want to start back doing, I want to try painting. I've been painting. I've loved it. I wanted to go back to writing. I've been writing. I love it. I missed it. I don't remember why I stopped doing it other than I grew up, responsibilities came in, and those things that I love so much started putting them away, tucking them away, tucking them away, tucking them away. So this is why this channel is called Pieces of April, because these are the pieces of me that I had to tuck away a little bit or put down. And now I'm picking them back up and I'm discovering some new things that I really enjoy. Discovering things in this community that I love. Gardening and sewing and crafting and homesteading and just all these beautiful people in this community that share information so freely. Share information so freely because they want you to know how to do it too. That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So again, that is the Do It Challenge. So if you want to participate, I would like for you to show your work, but you ain't got to. You can just email me and be like, hey, April, I hadn't written a story in a long time, and I picked up my notepad and I just started writing, and I remember why I loved it. Or, oh, I wanted to try painting. It's not very good, but send me a picture. Send me a picture. You don't have. I'm not gonna make you put it on you. I'm not gonna make you uncomfortable. But anybody that is a content creator and they would love to post something that they're trying again, or they want to do and tag me in it and do it hashtag do a challenge in it, I would be greatly, greatly appreciative. So again, the hype again is coming. I am going to do a video about the redirect function. It's not a new function, it's been there, but we feel like with the hype again, that would be a really good way to keep the flow of the hypathon so we can go from place to place without people trying to search. So if you're like doing something and you just have someone running and you can't get to the phone, it's going to go to the next content creator and the next content creator. We're hoping that we can get everybody that's participating in the hypathon the information they need so they can use the redirect feature. That's what we used tonight. Babe was on earlier and he redirected the traffic over here to me. So, and I had like 31, 32 amazing people in the chat, 26 amazing people in the chat. Wow. I appreciate y'all. I really hope y'all enjoyed this message. I hope y'all enjoyed this live. I appreciate y'all so much. You guys have no idea the words of encouragement. You guys just, sending me messages or hitting me up on the gram or just, the phone calls. So much appreciated. So because for someone like me to do this, it's not as easy as other people make it seem. But I'm enjoying it and I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I'm going to get on out of here. So I appreciate y'all. Tomorrow is Sunday. So y'all come on over to African Dreaming and hang out with us for Sardine Sunday. I don't know what baby gonna eat. I don't know. So I think we're gonna go get some new sardines. So we'll have to see. I might pop in for a little bit, hang out with y'all and try them sardines. So y'all come on over for Sardine Sundays. And no, Mr. African Dreaming, you are not very shy. Stop it. Thank you for everybody here at Psalm 146, Miss V, Motivation and Weightlifting Geek, Unbiased, my sister, Unbiased LLC, Good Eats Homestead, everybody that made it through, Lynette Wood. Thank you guys so very much for being here. I hope I didn't miss nobody, but if I did, I apologize. I wasn't trying to be funny. I just didn't see it. It's hard talking and looking at the chat. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here with me on my first official Pieces of April live podcast. Set your notifications on and make sure you thumbs up and like this video, share it out. I ain't got a community yet, but I'm working on it. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. And until next time, keep grinding and shining, good people. Peace.